Just look at this exquisite beauty. I could not be more pleased with this outcome, and I know that you are going to love watching this unfold as well. Now, truth be told, I almost decided to air this just on its own, but I also could see how this would be perfect within what I wanted to do within my color palette and the outcome of this within this special themed collaboration. So I decided to include it here, but I'm sure you're going to agree that this would be perfect any time of the year. This is absolutely exquisite.
Christmas.
Hey my friends, thank you for being here for this wonderful collaboration. I am representing two turtle doves, and yesterday Kathleen of Cause Creations premiered, and she was representing a partridge in a pear tree. And for tomorrow's premiere, you'll be seeing Britt Clayton Designs representing 3 French hens. This is a fun collaboration based on the 12 Days of Christmas. And I want to thank the Massey guys, Lee and Jeremy, for putting this collaboration on and including us all. Thank you so much. This is so much fun. So make sure you see all of the premieres, and if you are catching up late, then go back and check out the ones that you've already missed. All right, my friends, thank you for being here. As I mentioned, I am representing 2 turtle doves, and I am going to be representing them completely in a fluid art style, and my consistency is where my paint just leaves a trace for a moment before disappearing into the paint. The color palette that I am using for this painting is I'm going to be using a split base with white and dark purple, and for my white I'm using Artist Loft Flow Acrylic. This is the previous formula. This is not the new formula soft body. I am having one heck of problems with that new formula, I can tell you that, and thankfully I've had some of this older formula left. And the other color in my base is this Master's Touch Violet. And one thing about Master's Touch, if you have not used it, it does tend to dry glossier than most other acrylic paints, and most of the time I honestly don't really care for that, but when I use it in small amounts, it's fine. But sometimes I do really like that extra glossy outcome, so I use it when I really want to do specific things with it. Additionally, I'm using Amsterdam Ultramarine Violet, and I'm also using Liquitex Basics Rose Pink. I'm also using Anita's Metallics in Metallic Copper Rose. It's a soft muted pink color, kind of reminds me of that ballerina pink type color except in metallic. And this is Peridot, another metallic, and it's by Folk Art. Again, it's muted and it goes well with my color scheme. And this is Blush Pink by Deco Art. And this is Violet Shimmer, another metallic by Folk Art. So these are my colors, and the results that you see are created out of using these colors. decided to do this in a purple color scheme. I know that two turtle doves are actually, well, turtle doves I should say, regardless of the number. At least in the photos that I've seen, they're typically a soft gray color, and in parts of their feathering I can kind of detect undertones in a certain type of shade of lavender. It's not totally obvious, but I can see it sometimes in the undertones within some photos of turtle doves that I've seen. So I decided to go a little bit more extreme in my purple coloring because I wanted this to really show up and stand out within the painting. So again, you can tell me what you think of my take on this, including the color scheme, as we go along and as you see this painting unfold a little bit more. And so let me just take a moment to thank you for being here. I appreciate you being here watching this video, and I appreciate any of your thumbs up and your comments. Subscribe if you think that I have content that you'd like to see more of in the future if you've not already subscribed. And again, I do encourage you to see the videos of all the participating artists because it's going to be so fun to see how each of us interpret the theme within the song, The 12 Days of Christmas, that we were given. It's one of the things that I really enjoy about collaborations is just seeing how all of the other artists did their interpretation. I find that so fascinating, and I know that you're going to love it too. And so make sure you check everybody's collaboration out. Okay, so now I'm about to come in with the embellishing. Where am I going to go? That's what I'm working out right now. And here we go. And there's my first swirl, becoming the first representation of a head of one of my two turtle doves. And where am I going to do the next one? I'm working that out right now. Okay, and here we go. Beautiful. I love the balance. That worked out really well. And now we're going to bring in some swipes to just make some definition in this original blowout, because again, I want this to really come across a little bit more like feathers. as if the birds have their wings up and open. Again, this is stylized, this is fluid art, and it is abstract art. It is an impression, a stylization. And again, I'm just seeing some areas that I want to fine tune just a little bit. So of course I'm doing some mouth blowing there. Many of you probably know that, but in case you're pretty new to fluid art, then that's what's going on there. Just blowing that paint a little more gently with my mouth than I would be able to do if I were to bring the blow dryer back in. And I do apologize for that glare right in the middle. I tried a new lighting positioning, and from where I was standing when I was creating the painting, I did not see a glare on my painting at all, so I had no idea that it was looking like that. Well, lesson learned. I will not be using that particular location for a lighting setup again. Well, sometimes you just have to try out new things and then find out what works and find out what doesn't. So I can tell that I am probably going to go back in after this is dry, where those swirls are in particular, and just with a brush just add a little definition. I'll bring in some of that pure dark purple around that bottom swirl just to make it stand out just a little bit more. I really like how prominently the one on the top stands out, and I'm really happy with the shape and the size and the location and the position of both of them in relation to each other. I think I would just like that bottom one a little bit more if it were just standing out more. So we'll go back in there later and we'll take care of that. And I just added some little sweeps, little sweepy motions up there, just giving it a little bit more movement. And here I am embellishing. I guess you can call it embellishing. It's more like a touch-up here, what I'm doing with the dark paint. And this painting looks beautiful in this orientation, and it also looks beautiful on the vertical orientation. So you can let me know in the comments which orientation you prefer. Of course, in the vertical, I don't think it looks as much like the two turtle doves as it does when it's in the horizontal position, but just as a painting in and of itself, I think it looks absolutely stunning both ways. So let me know your take on it, let me know your preference, and let me know your thoughts and feedback on this painting in general. I appreciate hearing from you. Friends, Kathleen of Cause Creations did premiere yesterday, so check her out if you missed her. And tomorrow is Britt Clayton of Britt Clayton Design. So make sure you check her out, as well as the other artists. All artists are listed in the description below, as well as they were listed in the trailer portion toward the beginning of this video. So up ahead are going to be the displayed results and the dried close-ups. So you'll definitely want to see this beautiful painting close up and in its presented, displayed respective orientations, where I show it in both the vertical and the horizontal layouts. I'd love to hear your opinion on this and anything else you'd like to share. Thank you again for being here. I appreciate your viewership. I'll see you around my channel again soon.